Hi, my name is Michelle Bernard, and I am a writer and photographer for Lincoln Times News. This is the local newspaper that maybe your parents get, and when you get a little bit bigger, you might read them too, or you might read them now. But my job entails interviewing people and telling their stories, which is a great job. I love my job very much. But here are the tools of the trade: my camera, my audio recorder, and then a computer, which is where I write the stories down. It's a really good job. You have to be good with people and be able to think on the fly and work really hard, but again, it's a really great job. And when you can see the front page of a newspaper and see your name in print and your pictures, it's really satisfying. So every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I get the great pleasure of seeing my work on the front page of the newspaper. So that's me. So this is the book I'm going to read for you all today. It's called The Idea Jar, and it's by Adam Lerhoop and Deb Paluti. And we need to give a special thank you to Simon & Schuster Books for allowing us to use this book for online use. Okay, the book is called Idea Jar. It's Idea Jar. This is my teacher's idea jar. We keep our story ideas in it. My teacher says a story can be about anything we want. See the idea jar? There's all kinds of subjects for potential stories. A story could be about a space robot, a horseless cowgirl, a giant dragon. That'd make a nice story, wouldn't it? I would like to write about a giant dragon. There's no such thing as a bad story idea. See this Viking? He's trying to come out of the jar because he wants the next story to be about him. There's tons of ways to make a story. You can write it, or you could draw it. I have to write my stories. I can't draw them. You can talk it. And this little girl is saying, then a giant badger knocked on the door. And then this little boy here, he's saying and shouted, "Who has my pink dress?" And the Viking is saying, "What about a Viking? Everything is better with a Viking." That's definitely true. You can combine ideas to make a story better. Here we have a bored Viking. It's probably not a good thing to have a bored Viking. It's important to create stories for your ideas, or else your ideas get rowdy. That can be troublesome. When it's part of a story, an idea is happy. But you see, these ideas, they're not coming out of the jar, so they're getting very, very unhappy. We got one saying, "We need a story right now. Let us out. Meow, please. Hey, it's crowded in here." They look really crowded, don't they? That's what happens when you have too many ideas in a jar. But when it's not, oh no, the ideas. They all came out of the jar. This isn't good. Watch out. Those are lasers. Duck. See? It's the robot shooting lasers. Whoa, big lizard. Hide. See the big lizard? You can see the big lizard's tail. Oh no, stampede, run! There's a stampede of ideas. These ideas need a story. Will you help? Let's start with one idea. We're going to go back to the Viking. We get a Viking space robot. Then weave in another. That was great. Now we turn things up a notch. We've got the Viking, we get the space robot, and then we got the dragon. Does that sound like a good idea for you? I think that would make a great story. See, the dragon's got hold of the robot, the space robot here, though. That may not be good. We got out here the horseless cowgirl, the dragon, the space robot, the Viking. Excellent work. Here's the big finish. Ready? Wow, you're awesome. Look how happy they are. Now everybody, back in the jar. See, all the ideas got to come out. Now they're going to have to go back in the jar and stay there until it's time to write the next story. Let's try a story with more ideas next. Thank you.
All right, everyone, it's time to read our next book. We're going to read The Breaking News by Sarah Lynn Rule. Thanks so much, Macmillan, for letting us read this book. Let's get started. I remember when we heard the bad news. Oh no. Suddenly, Mom is glued to the television. Dad can't stop checking his phone. They whisper, and I pretend not to hear. It is more than a little scary. Mom forgets to tuck me in. Dad is too tired for bedtime stories. It seems like everyone else feels it too. At school, my teacher says to look for the helpers. Even when the news is bad, you can still find good people trying to make things better in big and small ways. I want to help in a big way. I decide to put on the funniest show ever to make everyone laugh again, but the grown-ups don't feel like laughing. I tell them all about the force fields I'll invent to keep us all safe, but their smiles are tiny and sad. I try to be on my best behavior all the time, to be so good, but they hardly even notice. I think maybe there is nothing I can do to help in a big way. I feel small. So maybe I can try to do just one small thing. And maybe another, and another, and one more. Small things don't solve everything. The bad news is still there after all. But then again, so are we. Look, they all planted a plant. The end. Even when there's bad news, there's always something that we can do to make someone's day brighter. Thanks so much, Michelle, with the Lincoln Times News for coming to read with us today. And a big thank you to all of our local newspapers, whether they're paper or digital. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'll see you guys later. Bye.